Hey everyone, this is Norm Farrar, aka the Beard Guy here, and welcome to another Lunch with Norm, the e-commerce and Amazon FBA podcast. Today we're going to be discussing a strategic blueprint to launch and rank your Amazon product. We're also going to be talking about strategies in running successful testing campaigns and how sellers effectively can incorporate UGC to build trust with potential customers. We're also going to be looking at how sellers can ensure that they stay ahead, consistently optimizing their listings. Okay, welcome to another Lunch with Norm, the e-commerce and Amazon FBA podcast.
Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm. Lunch with
Okay, like I mentioned, today we're going to be discussing a strategic blueprint to launch and rank your Amazon product. Our guest is a Romanian entrepreneur and CEO of Intellarank, possessing over 2 decades of experience in the IT field. He's also helped thousands of Amazon sellers achieve successful product launches, improved rankings, and increased brand awareness. He is a highly respected and sought after professional in the e-commerce marketing industry. Today, I'm going to welcome, and I hope I say his name right, Marcel, a good friend of mine, actually. I still can't pronounce his name. Marcel Marculescu. I hope that's close. I hope it's close, Marcel. Anyways, let's have a word from our sponsor. We'll be right back. This episode of Lunch with Norm is sponsored by VAA Philippines. Looking for a high-quality virtual assistant for your business? With the rigorous screening, intensive Amazon and Walmart training, and ongoing professional development, get the peace of mind with skill and motivated virtual assistants for a long-term working relationship. Hire through VAA today, and now let's get back to the show. Okay, and would the real boy Blunder please come on? There he is.
Hello.
Hello, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. We're back in the studios, back where
We
we're
are.
born.
So how did Monday go without
Monday
me?
was good. Yeah, there's
It was
a couple bloopers in the, in the recording. But
my bloopers.
yes, yeah,
Okay, well, that's me.
yeah. But it was fun. It was great. It was a good episode with Kian. And yeah, we're back in studio for the next couple of weeks, and then you're off to China in the middle of October. So we're gonna have to do some pre-records, but everything's looking good. We got a good turnout already. Welcome, DripFit and Cool Hand 99. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. And yeah,
May I say something?
you sure can.
You know what I'm going to say. We've got you have your first 500,000 view on TikTok with one video. And not only that, there was another one, and this is all within a couple of days. So the biggest one was 500,000 views. The next one was 115,000, 89,000, 81,000, something like that. There's a whack in a row of all these very high viewed videos. So congrats. And oh my gosh, I can call you a micro influencer now.
That's right. I finally hit 10,000, 10.5 right now. So yeah, Prime Day is crazy. Really my time to shine, I guess, with these Amazon deals.
But it shows if you stick to something and you're consistent, because I went back and I took a look at your last Prime Day, and it was good. You did great. Like during I'm surprised how many people have actually saw it after Prime Day and clicking and viewing it, but nowhere near the size of this like 6 months later. And just think, if you consistently do this for another 6 months, how many is that gonna, what are you gonna look at then? But like 500,000 views, and again, for how much time you putting into it? An hour-ish, hour and a half a day?
Yeah, I'd say an hour a day. Like for Prime Day, I've been spending quite a bit more and posting 4 times as many videos as usual. But yeah, an hour and a half a day, finding deals, making videos. Yeah.
So anyways, that was pretty good. pretty good. Bringing home the bread for daddy. And
I'm
what
gonna
other
be posting actually a screenshot of just like the spike of deals that we've made, because it's pretty insane. I think it's like 15 times as usual, 20 times as usual, like the sales spike.
Yep.
So it is really crazy, and I think Amazon sellers should see kind of how many sales like even like a micro influencer like me can drive. So I'm going to be posting that in the Facebook group, which is Lunch with Norm, Amazon FBA and e-commerce collective. And yeah, if you have any questions about what I'm doing, it's LWN Deals on TikTok. But you can message me on Facebook and ask me about it, and happy to help anyone. But good to see you, Stan, as well. And thanks, Spencer. Appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, just one last thing. So I'm here for a few days. I'm going out on the 18th to New Jersey, Eatontown, New Jersey, and Kevin King is doing a workshop or a hack shop over at I think it's Tico. I think it's called Tico with David Dayon and his group. So Kelsey, if you could put that information in the if you could put the information in the comment section, that would be awesome.
Okay, we'll do.
I think that's it.
All righty.
All right. So get out of here. Start doing some more TikTok stuff while I'm doing this. Make dad some money.
It's going to let you sit on.
Okay, just just in case you want to. All right, now let's get over to our guest. But before we do that, if you have any questions or comments, throw them into the comments section, or sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee. You could do both at one time if you'd like. And let's welcome Marcel. Marcel, how are you, sir?
Hey, Nor, nice to see you.
And nice to see you.
It's been a while, and
it's been Turkey. Turkey was the last time.
Yeah, the Turkey. Unfortunately, we couldn't see each other after Turkey, but yeah, due to unfortunate events. But
yeah, too bad.
Yeah, but we'll definitely meet each other soon. I'm feeling it. So yeah, I don't know when it will be, but
it'll be somewhere in the world. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing, because I think people I didn't know. Shane Oglow was dealing with you quite a bit. Shane used to head up our PR reach before he went in and started doing these option courses and stuff. But I was surprised because I didn't know you were still doing what you were doing until we met up in Turkey. So I'm glad we did. What is IntelliRank? What are you doing? And we're not pushing the service. I'm just curious. Because I think listeners should know what you are doing right now.
Okay, that's a very good question. And what I always try to come up out of this question is the fact that we're dealing with organic in general. So we're organic dealers. So don't think about the bad drugs out there. Just think about organic traffic. So our main concern is this part of the business. We are into product testing. We are into getting people to get you insight on how your product is behaving. We're into social media, so we can definitely take care of your brand's social media on Instagram, Facebook, Amazon posts. So yeah, and also why not Amazon itself? When it comes to Amazon, we are, let's say, deep into it. We've been consistently doing our job for the last almost 5 years, and yeah.
Well, I know you were one of our best kept trade secrets. We went to you quite a bit with a lot of our clients back in the day. So, and now, we're hoping to establish a really long-term relationship with you, because I do know whatever you do is, above board, and it's no bull. So that's what I like. Okay, so we'll talk a bit more about IntelliRank a little bit later on, but right now I want to talk to you about sharing. Maybe you can share some insights into optimizing product listings effectively, and maybe consider the ever evolving algorithm.
That's a great idea because people sometimes tend to think that once they get onto Amazon, everything happens once. But unfortunately, as entrepreneurs, we have to always look at what's happening and adapt. Small tweaks here and there with time intervals, A/B testing. We do have the experiment section on the Amazon Seller Central background, so back what's it called inside the Seller Central. So experimenting is what we always recommend. Now, in terms of getting the feel of the listing, the first look would be ours, let's say, but we're emotionally attached to our products or brand, so usually we might think we know what's best for it, but unfortunately or fortunately, the end customer should be the one who would actually put the stamp on our listing, on our product, and tell us how to make it better for them. Because in the end, they are the ones that are giving us the money and purchasing the product, right? So they need to actually validate the product and validate our listing. In terms of the listing, we have, first of all, the SEO part, which is text only. So that one should be reviewed from time to time in terms of the keywords that are inserted into the text. Now, here we can have a debate. Let me know if I'm getting too technical. I'm a technical person, so I don't want to bore people with technicalities. But yeah, the whole idea behind the SEO part is to always try to look at how your keywords are and where they are. The frequency of them, of the keywords. Usually Amazon says not to overuse your keywords more than once and waste the space. That's a very good advice. And apart from that, always try to look up for any keywords that are coming up and prepare your listings for special events. And happy Prime Day to everyone. So I'm sure that you might think that your listing is okay for the whole year, but for this year, I would definitely optimize the listing and include some very spot-on keywords in the SEO part related to deals, big deals, and everything around that. Because whenever people go to Amazon, they want deals. They want to get the best out of the product. So always look into the keywords. Try to insert them. Don't be afraid to test. Wait for the results and then test again.
Okay, you said wait for the results. How long?
That's a very good question. It depends. I would look at it from more than one perspective. From one perspective, you can have like 3, 5 days, 10 days. Depends how what we're talking about. If we're talking about Prime Day, you don't have much time to test. But we do have Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We have December coming up. So that's a longer period to test things. And I'm sure that if you're in the business, you always need to learn from one year to another, because every part of the year is different. And for example, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the whole December area is always there to get the most out of it. What I'm trying to say is actually for last year to understand something and this year to get more prepared. Maybe you didn't have enough stock. Maybe your listing was not converting enough. Maybe you didn't invest too much into PPC. It's about planning and always improving and getting the most out of every event like this. Now, in terms of testing, test, because every niche is different. Depends how much you're selling. Depends how many customers are actually viewing, how much data you're getting from your test. Because you might sell like 10 products per month, God forbid, and in that area, it's not a matter of testing for 3 days. You get no information. It depends. So the more data you get, data is the key. The more data you get, the more informed decision you can make.
So, you got a One of our friends is saying hi, Near.
Oh, hey, yeah. Yeah.
How's it going, Near? And by the way, thoughts and prayers go out to you with
Yeah.
everything that's going, all the craziness that's going on right now. But the other thing I'd like to talk about is the testing. So I've been told to constantly test. If you can test every week, and by testing, I don't just mean by throwing up an image or just playing around with, I'm not just talking about images. I'm talking about with text as well, just going up there. And I learned this from Vanessa Hung, and she was saying that take a flat file, add some revisions, continually do this. And if you want, do it once a week, at worst, do it once a month. But that also helps you understand your listing. So when you're doing the testing, but it also allows you to have the contributors' rights in case anything does happen later on and somebody tries to change your listing. So would you agree with that, or any other thoughts?
That's a very good defense technique because unfortunately we're under attack sometimes, especially if you have a good product and the competition is not always playing fair. So updating your listing and through the flat flyer, that's a very good advice that Norm just mentioned, is a very good defense because you always update your fields with your information. You know what you have in there. Otherwise, your competitors might load. There's been a lot of I don't know, a lot of craziness around Amazon. They can add maybe some pesticides or I don't know, some illegal stuff, and that will lead to closing your listing. And you don't want that to happen, especially, for example, with a big event like Prime Day, and you're listing to, even though you don't have pesticides or anything bad in your product, that will be enough to keep you closed until you solve it with fast resolving problems Amazon support. So it's good to be safe from this perspective. I've heard of people, putting and updating their listing on a very nice interval. There are some tools out there, like every 15 minutes or every every hour. You can put it every day to just make sure that every time you're just overwriting your listing with your listing, but you're keeping things safe. So,
right. And that's a key. So if you've never done flat files before, learn. That's the thing. And I think Vanessa does have her course on it. If you don't know about flat files, I think she's come on twice and done fairly extensive training with us. But with flat files, you want to go up and you can update it. So even though you don't have to worry about overwriting what you already have, as long as you put partial update. If you don't change it, then you could have a problem. But the other thing I wanted to talk about with the testing, you talk about testing and you do testing. What are the areas that you recommend that you're constantly A/B testing?
I think the most important test should be around your main image if we're switching a bit to images. So yes, the text is important, but if you ask me, the text is there mainly for indexing, for getting more landscape in the Amazon algorithm. And this is my opinion, because in the end, what you put in the text will make Amazon understand what your product is about and display you on the keywords relevant and related to those to the text that you're actually putting there. Of course, a very good copywriting is also needed. And honestly, I'm looking also at my buying behavior, and this is something that we're all doing. Whenever I'm purchasing, I'm only looking at the text when I want to check for some technicalities. Maybe, I don't know, some details, some ingredients, some dimensions, something like that. But I'm not always looking for that. Maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Norm. I might be purchasing too many things, but maybe you get more skip reading in terms of the text, and you're not into reading every day that blah 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 that everyone is putting on the listing. Rather than that, I prefer to look at the images and see if that product is actually the thing I need. And most importantly, my personal behavior is to try to find images that are from authentic photos, not those edited on the Photoshop, to actually see the product in action, because I want to see how that product is looking in the real world. But we'll get into that a bit later here.
Yeah, but just sticking to that for a second, when you're looking at photos, there's a few things. One that drives me nuts, and I think I was on Carlo Alvarez's online sellers cruise when I showed this, and this was not only packages that had way too much information, but images. They were novels, and you don't want to do that. I think there's a huge mistake when people think, like, there's analytical people and there's people that are more on the creative side. I think I'm more on the creative side. I think you're more on the analytical data side, right? We'd make a good team.
Got me. Yeah.
But with images, I don't think. I think the high majority do not want to read. They want to skim it, and they want to see bullet points, and and those bullet points have to be creative. Like, the image has to look good. And you mentioned about lifestyle. I like putting lifestyle in. I like using at least one, but sometimes two. And I hate seeing lifestyle images where it's a grumpy old guy. Like, no smiles, no nothing. It's
Right.
just, and then the seller cuts and pastes the product shot on the bottom right. It's a total waste of a picture. I think if you don't have happy people and you don't have your demographic on your pictures, it's just a waste, and it could turn people off. And I think that's just another thing you can do to split test.
Yeah, definitely.
Now,
Yeah,
but coming from a creative guy.
No, I can totally relate to that, Norm. It's important to put a good vibration in a photo, so to speak, because people are, looking for, and this is the thing we're looking for. You want to see a happy person using that product, like Norm mentioned. If you see someone, I like this product.
Yeah, just doesn't
It's
work.
like Droopy back in the days, the cartoons. Like,
I remember Droopy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Droopy the dog.
Exactly.
Okay. And now, what about, so we touched a little bit on images, but when you're split testing and you talk about gathering data, where are you gathering that data, and where can that be used?
So the main target with split testing and A/B testing actually is the fact to get which one of the two options of the experiment works best and is providing you with more powerful results. Now, in terms of the actual data, I would look at it from the analytical perspective, since Norm took it into this direction, to see exactly the small details that would differentiate one picture from the other. So let's stick to the pictures for now.
Sure.
Norm. So in terms of the differentiation factor is about and this is something I like, the psychology of the customer. So when it comes to actually purchasing, it's always psychological. People are looking into, I remember when I started on the Amazon, and I'm very transparent. I thought that business on the Amazon platform was like, getting a product from China, putting a logo into it, and there we go. We're exploding and making lots of money. But now, it's 6 years later, I tend to see things differently. I am a very strong, let's say, supporter of brands and branding. So in the end, I tend to look at the Amazon space. Whatever will be happening next will put the brands into a very powerful position. So whenever you're selling on the Amazon platform, consider the fact that you want to look at it from the fact of building a brand. So branding is very important because that tends to stick to people's minds. From the marketing perspective, in order to place a purchase and for someone to actually take out the credit card and pay for an item, they need to see the same brand, the same item for at least 5 to 7 times in order to make the buying decision. And once that happens, you have a customer and you have someone that has invested and put his money, his energy into your product. Now, of course, I don't want to go back to the basics. The product has to be very good. Look into the boxing and the actual experience. I tend to talk about a lot of things, Norm, so please stop me from time to time, because now I'm going into the actual packaging, to have in mind whenever the customer is receiving the package, to the senses.
Yeah.
They want to have a clear and very nice view of the packaging, so it has to look nice. Then they have to have an experience opening it, to get some maybe things there that make them smile, over deliver, try to offer like a small something to make them something unexpected that's not presented on your listing, a small gift, if you will, something very, very insignificant, but to give them more value and feel important. I'm talking about maybe a card or something that would make them smile, would make them keep a happy face. And also, there's this trick I've learned over the years. Try to get a small drop of perfume into, depends what you're selling, of course. But yeah,
I was just going to say that, because we do that with our soap. So what we'll do is we have an outside package, and when the person opens it, it's our shipping package. Somebody opens it up, we die cut the soap. So the senses. So first of all, if you touch the cartons, either the outer or the inner carton, we make it matte, and matte has a completely different feel to it than a gloss paper. Okay. And it's just a softer, people like that touch better. When they open it up, now you have the sense of smell. And that smell is incredible. If you open up a fresh bar of soap that's just been cured and you cut it out and they smell it, it's using those senses, and people love that. This is so stupid. Okay, we can laugh about it, but there are stupid people out there. There are stupid people out there. So
I would say uninformed, not
stupid. Okay, let's cut to the chase. But I had a 1-star review because somebody took one of my cherry blossom soaps. Okay. Yeah. And they gave me a 1-star review because they said I did not tell them they couldn't eat it.
Oh my God.
They tasted my soap. Now, when I was a kid, my mother used to wash my mouth out with soap. I don't think you can do that anymore. But because of the incredible sense, that smell. But I know I draw so many brand new customers every time. If they never experience my soap, I get them with that overall customer experience. And, it's a little bit different than what we're talking about today. But you can A/B test that as well. You can see the difference in sense. We did that with our packaging, by the way. We sent out matte and we sent out gloss, and we just wanted to see what the difference would be. We surveyed, and a lot of people don't survey. It's tougher to do that on Amazon. I guess you could do that with a QR code, but we have a Shopify store as well. So when we get it, the first thing that we want to do is, send out that survey. And with the survey, to help prompt people, buy them a Starbucks coffee or something. But all right, now that I've talked and I've, taken us off the topic, let's go to I didn't really mean stupid people, but there are.
They get to you.
Yeah. But anyways, we're at the bottom of the hour, and if you're listening to me for the first time, at the top of the hour, we have something called the Wheel of Kelsey, and that means a giveaway. And today we have a great giveaway. So Marcel, why don't you tell us what that is?
Okay, so for today we have prepared something out of our own kitchen. So we are helping Amazon sellers and why not Walmart alike. I don't know if the audience is also selling on Walmart, nor maybe I should mention this as well. Mm-hmm. We're offering a free audit. Now, a free ranking audit on behalf of IntelliRank. What this means is that someone from our agency will actually deep dive into your niche. They will get information about your listing, about your product. Actually, one ASIN. How many are we giving away?
It's one, and then we've got the bonus.
Okay, so yeah, we'll be deep diving into your product. We'll look into your competitors. We'll try to give you the information about how your product is doing on the Amazon or Walmart marketplace, and it's basically an audit. A lot of information, for the analytical people out there. Hopefully, if you're creative, you might not like it, but I like it because it's with numbers. And we'll be proposing also a strategy to help you actually get more visibility, let's put it like that, on the Amazon ecosystem. So that's on behalf of IntelliRank.
Perfect. And their IntelliRank is also offering a 10% discount
Yes.
off of all of their services, and we'll be publishing that as well. So that's a cool, very cool giveaway that if you're interested in joining, it's hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, tag 2 people, and you'll get a second entry. And if you're just listening for the first time, that's why the comment section is blowing up with hashtags Wheels of Kelsey and with the tagging of 2 people. All right, Kels, let's go to a sponsor. This episode of Lunch with Norm is sponsored by Rebate. Attention sellers and brand owners, want to reach more shoppers and boost sales? Rebate's platform connects sellers with shoppers seeking great deals on new products. They make it easy to offer promotions, handle rebates, and ensure seamless redemptions. With countless reviews from satisfied customers, Rebate is the go-to solution to increase your sales. Visit rebate.com today and start reaching more shoppers. Now let's get back to the show. Okay, so we are back. And now let's talk about, by the way, if you're interested in any comments or questions, let us know. We're wide open today, so we've got a question already, but at the top of the hour, we'll be answering them. So any questions at all, just throw them in there. Now let's talk about strategies. So what strategies have you found most effective in running successful testing campaigns?
So are we still talking about A/B testing, or we have switched the subject?
No, we can still talk about A/B testing, or if there's other strategies that you want to talk about, we can talk about that.
The reason I'm asking, because we also have a product testing service within our agency, and I want to differentiate the one from another. So they're 2 different things.
Let's just mention about those 2, and then we'll go forward. So the product testing side of the thing of your company.
All right. The product testing implies getting response to surveys based on your product from the Amazon's ecosystem. So basically, what we're doing, we're again gathering data about your product from real customers that will answer a survey. There's nothing related to anything bad, like reviews, not bad, but review manipulation, anything around that. So they'll be filling up a form and giving you information about the product. The very good part with our service is also the fact that you get momentum, you can get sales velocity, and you also get ranked on the Amazon and or Walmart platforms. So that's the product testing service that we have. And the other one would be the actual A/B testing that we've been discussing on the Amazon Seller Central type of things.
Okay, I like the survey side, because not only do you get the sales rank and velocity, but you really do get to know what's good, bad, and ugly about your product. And you might not be able to change the first go around, but when you're working with your supplier, you can change those things. It could be packaging, it could be something within the box, whatever it is. But I really love that aspect of it.
It can be your product, and we've had customers, and quite a few of them, that had we're handling a lot of product launches. So whenever you're getting a new product on the Amazon marketplace, for example, you don't know how your product is unless you have a very good QC. So that would be testing the quality of your product. So what we encountered was different defects, but not one, but multiple products having the same defect. So maybe some plastic things that would break easily, or maybe some also we had, like we discussed earlier, some smell that was not eliminated. It was a product that needed a process of different things, whatever they're doing, and after that they came up with a bad smell, and everyone was complaining about it. So this kind of things are affecting your product. And the bad and very bad part of it is that if your customers return the product and you get more than 5%, depends on the category, but I think it's 5% return rate, Amazon will freeze your Seller Central account, and nobody wants that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole idea is that there can be a lot of things that can happen. If we look at the good side, you just get momentum, you get sales velocity, and you get ranking on the platform, and from there, you to the moon and beyond.
How does that work?
In terms of what we do, we actually have a joint strategy plan. So it's a mixed plan there with the actual sellers. And what we're doing, we're creating a strategy. Everything is strategy based. And from the strategy, we're following up on the strategy, and people are actually getting to test your product on a daily basis and provide feedback to us, and we'll gather all the information in a nice reporting area and provide it to the seller at the end of the campaign. Now, we do have campaigns that are usually starting from 8-10 days, but we do have a lot of sellers that are going on a monthly basis just to be pushing in. We do have a motto, and I have a motto from this perspective: no day without sales, especially for the new sellers out there. Always try to get sales, because that's the most important metric that Amazon takes into consideration when it comes to any product. Of course, there are multiple metrics, but if you're selling, Amazon finds that good, because in the end, very transparently, Amazon is aiming to make money. So that's their main purpose, and keep their customers happy. They don't care too much about the sellers, but they do care about their own pockets and their own customers' database of people to be happy. And yeah, in the end, if that's happening and your product is good, desirable, and creating a lot of noise and sales, Amazon will just show more of you.
We touched on UGC earlier on, but how can sellers effectively incorporate UGC or user-generated content to help build trust with potential customers?
So getting the content, that's the first part. It's an entire strategy. On my part, for example, back in the days, I have a funny story, but I don't think we have time now to go through all the my life stories. I went on the bad part of things. I went out of money, so I didn't have any money for PPC. And long story short, I end up on social media and tried to find my actual end customers there. Now, this is the way we've looked into Instagram, into social media, into micro-influencers. And by giving away one free product, we obtained a post from that end customer that later on we've asked permission to reuse. And that's a very good way of obtaining user-generated content. Of course, there are services out there, including us. We are helping people with this part of thing. The most important question here would be what to do with the user-generated content. Because I don't know if everyone is aware, but I will try to put it up there. Amazon has launched in December 2022, so almost 1 year back, the Inspire program. Now, what Amazon is trying to do is trying to build everything in-house to keep all the customers in-house. So Inspire is pretty much like a TikTok-like shopping experience on the Amazon platform. So based on your domains of interest, you select the domains of interest, and they will feed you with photos and videos from those areas. So if you're into, let's say, the pet area and you like dogs and I don't know what else, they will get from the best sellers, from people that are using and having photos on their listings, from reviews, from videos, from Amazon posts. They will grab all that content and display it in Amazon Inspire. Apart from the thing that Amazon Posts is also getting a lot of visibility. It's in beta testing. It's available for the registered brands out there with Brand Registry 2.0. And they have a lot of visibility on your competitors' listing, on your listing, and they're constantly expanding that. So getting photos and videos and reusing them in all these places, especially your listing, your A+ content, people need to get a hold of what you're doing and how people are reacting to your product and what your product feels like in the hands of your end customer. Yeah, it's very important, touch base on everything. And of course, videos, go with them with PPC, YouTube, social media, everywhere, TikTok.
Yeah, definitely repurpose. And did I mention repurpose? Also with videos, one of the things that we try to play around with is that we'll take a video, but we'll also take quality screenshots in that video. And now that one video might turn into 5 or 10 pieces of user-generated content. And then within you need an editor for this, but with the more videos that you have, let's say it's testimonials, or could be user generated or product demo or benefits, whatever it is, you can get them all cut together, even if it's just a user generated, like just one reel of people talking up or unboxing your product. Now you can take one and then cut, splice different pieces together, and it's just unlimited the quantity that you can have on social media.
Yeah. More and more visibility and branding.
Absolutely. Okay, now how can sellers ensure they stay ahead consistently by optimizing their listing?
Well, it's a very, very strong question. Everyone wants to be ahead. Everyone wants to stay ahead of their competitors. One piece of advice I can provide here is always know your niche, know your competitors, know what they're doing every day, and monitor whatever is happening in your niche. In terms of the actual listing optimization, like I've mentioned earlier, try to get a hold and always test for new keywords that might be related to your niche, even the small ones. They're very important, that might lead to your product or where your competitors are getting displayed, or you have a lot of tools out there that you can definitely use and leverage in this area. Try to always look from different angles, and especially if your product is, let's say, not working as expected, not selling that much, don't be afraid to change. And even if your product is working, sometimes it's this fear of change that is keeping people frozen. If the product is working very well, you don't have to blink, so it doesn't lose the momentum, doesn't lose the sales. But in the end, it's about having a good product, having a good customer experience, and why not having a good branding. This is the key word that I want to mention throughout our entire journey here. Branding is what sells. People are always purchasing, and don't get me wrong, if you're selling, people from different niches, you're selling from kids, from one item from kids, one from kitchen, one from sports, one from, if you're making money in the end, it's perfectly okay. If you're happy with that, it's no wrong there. It's not about right or wrong. It's not about that here. It's about the fact that building a brand will keep you going and going and going. And apart from building a brand, you build an audience, you build a customer database. That's a different topic. And in the end, you get to get to people easier, because that's the hard part, to get in front of people and present them with your new product. It can be anything within your niche, or maybe outside your niche a little bit, but still related. The people need to see it. The people need to understand what you're doing. Always watch your competitors.
Very good.
That's my
Yep.
my first thing. Yeah.
Before we get to our listeners' questions, I have one. And it is a touchy one because as soon as I say reviews, people kind of faint, go into the fetal position. But let's talk a little bit about reviews and how can sellers encourage positive reviews? And we know it's against TOS to say, hey, if you had a positive experience, do this. If you had a negative, do that. But is there a way to actively encourage positive reviews and effectively address negative ones?
I'll start with the bad. So
Okay.
with the negative, with the negative reviews, always attend them immediately. Always attend them from the perspective of apologizing for the experience they've created. Even if they, you've been selling a soap and they try to eat it and they didn't like it, try to apologize for not being very, how to put it, very straightforward about the usage of the product.
So you're telling me I shouldn't say they're stupid?
It's my opinion on this one. Yeah. So there's no such thing as stupid in the world, although we do tend to get to that part of ourselves, the dark side, I call it, since I'm in the team here with the Star Wars. It's not about stupidity. Maybe they're trying things out. Maybe they just want to get back to you and they're having a frustration. It's again, I don't want to get psychological too much, but I do tend to sympathize with everyone on the planet, more or less. So, okay. So handling bad reviews is very important. Also, if you can, to make that announcement public is also okay. If, let's say, you have a Shopify and you get a bad review, it's always nice to place your comment out there for everyone to see that you care about your customers, that you show respect to them, because in the end they're the one that's are testing your product and buying your product. And in terms of the positive reviews, and this is something we've touched base a bit earlier today, the whole idea is to try to go over that expectation limit. Because if I'm purchasing a can like this, I have it with me, it's okay to get the can and everyone's happy. I just, I saw it, I purchased it. But if you put a small figure from Star Wars in there to come with it, just attached to its handle, I would be like, whoa, I didn't order this. It would just simply over delivery in a very nice way. Of course, you need to check and have the proper, let's see, what's it called? The paperwork. Licensing, exactly. Yeah, to place it there. But, it's this type, is the little things in life that can take you from good to extraordinary. It's the details. And again, going back to the smell, the taste, if needed, I don't know, the visual, the whole experience of the buyer, that's what dragging in good reviews. A little bit of this, a little bit of that will be like, oh, I didn't order this. It came, oh, it's nice. I'll give it to my kid to play with. It's, you never think about what people get their happiness from, but it's usually the little things. You don't need to send them a flat big screen TV to their house and, hey, I just gave you a huge prize for being our customer. That will not get you a good review for sure.
Right.
But,
now,
things.
I just wanted to mention, because I just thought of this with Prime Day. So Prime Day ended with the 10th and the 11th, but I don't know if you know this, and so I'm just saying this to the listeners. Just before I got on this call, I was on Walmart.com, and Walmart started their Walmart days a day earlier, and it lasts until the 12th. And so it's something that you want to check out there, because if you are shopping around, they've got some pretty great deals there as well. Plus, if you have Prime, you might want to check out Walmart's Walmart Plus. It's their version of Prime, and it's pretty good. It's getting better all the time. And plus, within the first year, I think they got 100 million people sign up, which they only expected 20 million from what I understand. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that. And then, Kels, if we could start in with some of the questions.
Okay, we've got two questions. One from Spencer. He's asking, how do I know what to do to improve sales? Is it my photos or my price or something else? How do you go about this troubleshooting?
Mhm. All right. That's a very good question. Thank you for that, Spencer. So let's look at it from the customer's perspective. Whenever you're going on your niche and you're searching, let's take the best keyword out there that perfectly describes your product. If you're searching for that product, for that keyword, you'll end up with some search results. By looking at the search results, what do you see? Look at the reviews, look at the pricing, look at who's on the first positioning there. Of course, you'll have two types of sellers out there. The first ones will be the sponsored ones. So those are paying to be there. Let's say they're not as important for now. But the other ones that are organically on the top, how ranking works is very simple. The more you sell on a specific keyword, the more Amazon will boost you to the top. It's that simple. So of course there's geo ranking and everything like that, but that's another topic. The simplicity of things implies selling on that keyword. So by using your favorite tool to check about the monthly volume for the keywords and picking the right keyword, the most powerful keyword, look into your niche and see who your competitors are. Although I don't want to mention that this should be the starting point from where you pick a product, not to go in a very crowded niche. But if you already find yourself there in a crowded niche, try to identify the number of reviews they have, what kind of main image they have, the actual pricing level that they're using. And I don't want to get too deep into this, but from the pricing game, I personally do not like to play the price game. And if you have a brand, again, I go into branding. If you have a brand and your brand is positioning itself with premium products, so premium doesn't mean that they have to be superhuman. They have to be very good quality products. And this is what everyone is providing actually on the market, but they don't know it. If you're there, you don't want to play the price game unless you're getting overwhelmed by a lot of sellers from a specific area of the world that's bringing all the prices down. That's the bad part. But start from that. Start from looking where your product is positioned and how your competitors are in relation to your product. From that point on, in order to improve sales, you have two options. You can try to improve your PPC presence and spend more into getting more visibility, getting more sales, or and you can try a product testing campaign. That's something that's boosting your organic reach. Or, I don't know, try to do different other things to go on social media, get more visibility from there. It's about doing something about it and starting from identifying what your product is and where you're heading. Again, I strongly recommend you maybe get a friend and ask, because sometimes you get too emotionally attached to our products. Get a friend and ask him, hey, if you are looking here on this page, which products would you purchase? Let me know what you're thinking. I'm looking at the price. This one is ugly. This one is blue. This one is missing a finger. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, I actually had this in the past. You look at some photoshopped photos on a listing and you see people with one missing finger, but it's all about the details, and yeah, sometimes they're maybe overlooked by the customers, but
Right.
it's funny to look at them. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Next question, Kels.
All right,
Hope
this one is
that
about
answered. Yeah.
Q&As. Now that you're forced to do a search in the Q&A on Amazon to find the questions, what will happen for that area? Do you do anything specifically in that area?
I love it.
I do too.
Yeah. So Tony, the Q&A area of your product is your friend, but you have to leverage that, especially that with now that you can actually going back to the user generated content. Imagine finding a person out there to do an unboxing for your video, or just think about the problem or key problem your product is resolving, is fixing, or maybe a question about the product, and get a video about especially that, and one of your customers addressing that specific problem. So, for example, let's look at it from the yoga part. I don't know. If you have like a new yoga ball and you get a yoga teacher or a yoga practitioner out there to actually show people how to use it and stretch their back by bending over the wheel or doing something like that. I don't know. I'm not a yoga practitioner, but I'm trying to what I'm trying to say, if I'm trying to say anything, is the fact that you can answer a question on the Amazon Q&A on your product with a video apart from text. And that's brilliant because you get to use that video there. And I don't want to teach you any bad things out there, but you can upload that video on your competitors' listings as well, on your competitors' products, and just get more visibility with that video of your product with your brand in front of other why not other products exactly like yours, if there are out there.
And there's so much. So yeah, like you were saying about the video. So just imagine now that they do this, we've been trying to just think of go to Answer the Public or go to just even in ChatGPT or go to phrase.io and look at the question structure and the keyword structure that they have and start asking people to answer or ask these questions and load them up with 100 different questions, 500 different questions, but get everything in there. And if you've got user-generated content, like you were just saying, you can add the videos there too. So it's a double whammy. Your competitors are not doing this.
Oh, I just want to add one more naughty thing here, Norm, if I'm allowed.
Go ahead.
So, whenever, asking a question is normal, but the answer part is the very important part. So try to stuff it, and if you can answer it with a lot of information. Also, if you have some friends out there, and sometimes this is not nice, but you can ask them to maybe include in your answers some keywords that are not normally allowed, let's say on your listing, like sometimes maybe a brand of the competitors.
Right.
So that's a tricky one, but
you didn't say that. Yeah,
it's sneaky, but it will help you, and it will help you benefit from the SEO part. The SEO part will affect it on the Amazon platform, but more than that, it will also be visible on Google. So every search engine out there is picking up your SEO data and displaying it. So that can definitely help. Again, one very important thing I want to mention here: there isn't one strategy that will boost your product to the moon. And even if there is, that will still get only a small benefit of the cake, a small portion of the cake. Try to look at it from
cake.
So try to get the whole cake. That's the whole idea, not just a small piece of it. Try to apply all the things that you can on your product, on your brand, and try to get as much visibility and as much as possible to be present everywhere. Social media, Amazon posts, everywhere. So
Luke's got a question that ties right into this. When responding to questions, okay, you do that because of the old man eyes.
Yes. From Coolhand99, when responding to questions, do you find video responses or text response to be better?
Both. So I think that's related to what we just said. Try to do both. It's the more the merrier. Just push in there. Text is good for SEO. Videos is very important to actually outline what you're trying to say in words, and people get that social proof, because we're looking for social proof. You don't want to be the first one to test a product that you don't know if it works correctly or whatever it delivers. You don't even know how it looks like exactly in a person's hand. You want to actually get someone else to be first around that, usually.
Yeah, when you're doing the videos, they don't have to look professional. In fact, I bet you if you split test this, the ones that look professional probably wouldn't be as trusted as the one that the brand owner is answering, and they've got their iPhone out at arm's length, just speaking and answering the question. The other tip I have here, because a lot of the times when you do have a lot of questions, a lot of people think that, oh, who do I get? Do I have to have a service that goes out and hires each one of these people? You can have just a few people answer a lot of different questions. I don't know if you do this, Marcel, but you could have just friends. It's not against TOS to have your next door neighbor ask questions.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's perfectly okay. So the idea is to get some help out there, and someone can land a question on your listing, and who will answer will be you, the brand owner, and all the people that have purchased from you. So your customers will get information from Amazon that a question has been asked, and from that point on, the more messages and more responses you get, the better it is for you as a brand.
And I do write the questions. And then I send them out, because why not? You can.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a press release, you don't want to spin it bad. You always spin it to the good.
Always, yeah. Outline the good part and make it better.
Very good. Okay. I think, do we have another one?
No, just a response from Kohan. He says, thank you for that. I was curious because of the responses from the customers and the SEO. You both answered. So thank you.
All right. Happy to help you.
Okay, so let's get to some contact information, Marcel.
So in terms of contacting IntelliRank, we're IntelliRank.info. That's our website. You have a contact option there, or email is always welcomed. office@IntelliRank.info. Myself, I'm Marcel at IntelliRank.info. If you want, you can also find me on LinkedIn. And come, let's talk. Because I do have a lot of things on my mind, and I'm boxing everything. Whenever I'm into an interview, whenever the host of the interview is opening a little box, it's like multiple boxes opening up in my head. It's like the way I operate, and ideas, and I'm trying to put everything out. And especially English is not my first language, but I hope I'm making myself clear. I'm from Romania, so yeah. Put that aside, I'm happy to be here. And Norm, thank you for the invite. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. So let's I saw a Facebook user, IntelliRank.com. No, Kelsey answered. It's .info. Okay, let's go over to a sponsor, and then we'll come back. If you haven't answered, or not even answered, if you want to get into the Wheel of Kelsey, we got a great prize today. It's #Wheel of Kelsey. Tag 2 people, you get a second entry. You got about 30 seconds. Once we get back from the sponsor, then we'll get right into the wheel. Facing cash flow challenges with your e-commerce business? Discover Viably, your ultimate financial ally. From real-time sales data integrations to immediate funding access, Viably is here to support you. Plan your growth with their free tool for online sellers and engage with specialists whenever you need. Extend your cash flow with Viably. Okay, there we go. All right, Kels, let's show Marcel the wheel.
It's time for the Wheel of Kelsey.
All right. So this is for a free audit. IntelliRank's going to go right through your Walmart or Amazon account and give you a thorough audit and some strategies to go along with it. So thank you, Marcel. It sounds like a great giveaway today. Lots of entries, by the way.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, we got lots going on here. So make sure you email me, kate@lunchwithnorm.com, if you are the winner. And let's see who today
is. There we go.
Who paid off Kelsey today?
No, so it's like that, huh?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Tony. Congrats, Tony.
Is that Tony Sagar?
Yes.
All right, Tony. Congrats.
Brilliant. All right. So make sure you email me, kate@lunchwithnorm.com, and we'll connect you with your prize.
All right. Very good. Marcel, thank you so much. And I know this was last minute for you. Your partner was supposed to be on. So you did a great job.
Thank you. I try to, leave myself to the expectations that Larissa created here, because she's from the other side. So I can never,
you did great.
Thank you for having
and
me.
we'll have to get Larissa on because she's
Yes,
awesome
definitely.
as well.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
okay, I'm going to remove you and then just stay in the back room, and we'll come back in about a minute.
All right.
All right,
Bye, everyone.
thanks. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's topic. I thought it was fantastic. And anyways, let's bring Kels on. You
All
know,
right.
Kels, you know what I forgot?
Well, what did you forget?
I forgot about Walmart. We have our eCom Power Walmart Summit going on right now, and it's free. So we've been running it yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We've got some great people on. A matter of fact, Larissa, this is Marcel's partner, was on yesterday and had a really great. Actually, she's our number one viewed presentation on Walmart so far. Number one. But anyways, it's a 3-day full. It's packed from 9 in the morning. I think we ended at 8:30 last night. We've got 21 different speakers. And if you are interested, Kelsey will throw it up. It's eCompowersummit.com, and you can register there. And you can also see it on Selling on Walmart, it's the eCom Power Facebook page, right? Am I saying this correct? So you didn't even think I know that you think I just delegated everything. I know this stuff. I'm doing good.
And I think that was a bit of luck. So yeah, the link's already in the comments. So go check it out. It's eCompowersummit.com. There's one more day left of the summit after today. So make sure you sign up. It's all free, and there's lots of giveaways that are happening as well. And also live talks afterwards with the guests. So check it out. And
the all access pass.
Yes.
So if you're interested, you get the all access pass. It entitles you to some all the different presentations, but it also has a ton of discounts and giveaways that go along with it as well. So it more than covers what's the cost of it for the all access pass, Kels? I don't know.
There was the early bird. I think it's $79.
Okay.
But don't quote me on that.
So check that out. And what else, Kels?
All right. Well, make sure you smash those like buttons if you haven't already. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And we are a podcast. So if you go to Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you listen to podcasts, you'll find us. The recordings from today will be posted usually a week from now. So this will go up on next Wednesday and so forth. So make sure if you like us, rate and review us, or if you don't,
please be good.
Not review.
Be nice.
But also join our community, the Lunch with Norm, Amazon FBA, and e-commerce collective Facebook group. Links are in my bio or in the bio as well. And I think that's it.
Okay. Don't forget, 18th next week. If you want to join me, go to the TICO Summit. Kevin King's going to be doing a workshop over there, and it's in the evening. I think it's 6 in the evening. But Kelsey, you can post that again, and hopefully we see you there. All right, that's it. So join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time. And like I always close out, we have a great community. It's awesome. If you want to be part of this community, go over to our Facebook group, Lunch with Norm, the e-commerce and Amazon FBA collective. Join us and take part. There's tons of experts in it, as well as just a ton of different listeners. If you got questions, they get answered. Okay, that's it. We will see you next time. Have a happy Wednesday, and we'll see you on Friday.
Lunch with Norm.